Okay, so Adam, you're going to be doing a crossover with Chris, and the movie that you're reviewing, it's not a Pureflix movie, even though it really seems like it is. It's actually from Lifetime, so yeah, it kind of fits your criteria, Adam. And Chris, you're gonna like it because it's an anti-masturbation movie. So it's kind of a win-win. Adam, you get to talk about how piss poor the production quality of the movie is, and Chris, you can like it because the movie is morally superior. And the movie is called Cyber Seduction. Steve, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea for a crossover. I mean, Adam, are you a religious person? Yeah, I'm fairly religious. I'm an agnostic. Agnostic? It means you don't really believe in a god per se, but it means you believe in a higher power who may have created the world. Okay, that's good enough for me. Let's do this. How's it going, everybody? I'm Adam Sykes. Welcome back to the Blockbuster Show, and I'm joined by special guest Chris T. Ian of the Captivating Christian and the Tipsy Gentleman podcast. Chris? Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be on this program. Okay, so today we looked at a movie called Cyber Seduction, and oh god, what a movie this was. So Jeremy Sumpter, who some of you may remember as the 2003 Peter Pan, he's in this movie, and for the duration of this review, we're going to call him Peter because I forget the character's actual name. Basically, Peter is a well-liked kid at his school. He's an athlete. He has a loving girlfriend, loving little brother, loving parents. Really hot, popular girl at school really likes him. He has it all. But something goes wrong. And of course, that something is he learns of the horrors of internet pornography. Yeah, he just starts looking at internet porn, and I'll describe later the problems with calling this porn because it's dumb. But not once, but twice. Several times throughout the movie. Well, not throughout the movie. The first half of the movie, I guess, when they established this porno conflict. His brother walks in on him, and the little brother's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're looking at porn." And he's not quick enough to click off. He's like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And the little brother's like, "I'm gonna tell Mom." No, don't tell Mom. And they have this awkward dinner sequence.
Alex, what's going on?
He's all pumped up. He just defeated the drug dealer in Grand Theft Auto.
Now, as good as this movie is, I was a little confused at the fact they had the little child playing GTA. I mean, come on, don't we know that video games are going to turn kids into school shooters and they were going to brainwash children into doing bad things? Fox News told me this, guys. It's a fact. And then later they have a scene where the mom walks in, but this time, ooh, he's quick on the draw to click off. And like the problem with it, he does it. He has his porno sessions with the lights on and the door wide open. This does not take place in any form of reality whatsoever, because if this was reality, you would have the door locked and you would have the lights turned off. No, you don't. Like, this guy's a friggin' idiot. His brother almost busts him, and then when his mom walks in, which is even worse, like he still never learns that you have to close the door. What a dumbass. This movie was released in 2005, and I think that was an appropriate time because 2005 was the second Bush administration, and it was a very conservative time. So we needed a movie like this to try and spread the word of the horrors of internet pornography and masturbation and how wrong that is. The acting, I didn't expect much. I mean, it's a Lifetime channel movie, so of course the actors aren't going to be very good, but oh my god, the acting in this movie is just so stilted and wooden. It's like the entire cast of the movie was a picket fence.
You have a problem with pornography?
No, Dr. Phil, I don't.
In terms of cinematography, again, like it's a TV movie, so I'm not really expecting much from it, especially from Lifetime. It's like Hallmark. You expect nothing, no real quality from it, but the cinematography is weird because like there's one part where the kid first discovers porn, and he has like the lights turned off. It's filmed like a horror movie. Like you could put the Michael Myers Halloween theme over it, and it feels like it would play out like a horror film from that point forward. Now, if you're going to watch this movie, you need to know about the very disturbing and realistic portrayal of pornography. If you're going to watch this with your family, they need to know the horrors of internet pornography, so good to show this to your family, to spread the word of the horrors of it. But you need to be warned, because there's some very graphic portrayals of porn that will reveal the truth of the horrors of pornography. And her, once again, Ariel, you. In terms of the writing of this movie feels like it was written by a group of closeted 50-year-olds who don't really know how young people work, because, like I said, like the pornography in this movie, and I wanted to touch on this for the longest point. The pornography in this movie is not porn. Like he'll look up like bra catalogs and like gifs of women like at a bedpost, and like, you know, making kissy faces at him, like lingerie like catalogs. Like that's the kind of porn the kid looks up. Now, granted, to some, you know, really desperate teens out there, that is porn. But like this movie, like all throughout the movie, they act like that's the worst kind of pornography you could look at, and like it's the most sick, depraved stuff. The people who wrote this movie clearly don't know how depraved porn is, because, I mean, come on, like in the real world of internet pornography, we got horrible things like, I don't know, we got 2 Girls 1 Cup and cakefarts.com and half the fetish crap you see on DeviantArt. It's like this stuff's not even softcore porn.
You're a real freak though, into the real twisted stuff.
This movie's idea of like porn addiction is like, you think, I mean, again, it's a TV movie, they can't really do much, but I mean, they don't even have a shot where like his hand's going up his thigh or something like that. They don't do that. All they do is have him just look at a computer screen with like really wide eyes and just like, yes. It's just like, that's the writer's idea of porn. Like, and porno addiction and masturbation. It's like, that is not what a porno addiction looks like. He just like, at one point I wanted him to just have a soda, just like sip and go, yes, me likey. Like that's what it feels like. It's not right. But anyway, so the parents get rid of the internet, and so he sneaks out of the house to go look at porn at other sites. One of my favorites, when he starts becoming like well known on the sites, and he looks up a website at one point called like lustforbust.com. It was so stupid. But he actually goes to his school at night, to the school library where they have computers, to look up porn. Now, if you were to use your brain for at least 5 seconds, you would realize that school computers would have inappropriate content blocked or have some kind of safe search installed into them. But apparently in this movie's universe, that's not the case, and just, this movie's stupid. So after that, the parents start to hate him, his little brother starts to not like him, his girlfriend breaks up with him. His girlfriend and the kid have like a very like, you know, platonic relationship, like they don't really have like sex or any like physical contact, which, you know, if you're a couple, especially in high school, like, you know, sex isn't everything, so, you know, it's very good. But of course the kid is horny and he's an idiot, so he eventually starts going out with that popular hot girl from earlier that I mentioned, and this scene felt like a porn, because they go to her house, and she's like, oh, my dad's out of town on business. I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna do it in the kitchen? Like, what? And again, it shows the horrors of internet pornography, because this girl seems like a nice, moral, wholesome girl, but then you get to know her. She's really a slut and a whore, and she wants to have sex with him, but he's smart. He knows how to get out of there. But, you know, she goes all crazy and tries to hurt him, and then she ends up hurting herself. She ends up bashing her head into her bathroom mirror or flat top. I forget which one it was. One of those. But it shows that porn addiction gets into your head to the point where you actually want to hurt yourself. That is totally a real thing that happens. So yeah, after that, everyone at school finds out of his porn addiction, and they start to hate on him. There's a scene where he's in a locker room with a bunch of other dudes, and they start calling him names, they're insulting him. They're like, oh, you're a freak. You look at the dirtiest stuff on the internet. You're kinky. They give him a nickname of Kinky the Clown, which is, if you're in high school, that's a stupid insult. That's something a toddler comes up with. And I just... just watch the scene.
You're a real freak though, into the real twisted stuff.
Come on, you guys, I'm just fooling around. This whole porn thing's a joke. You're the joke, leather boy.
Jimmy says he's the new king of porn.
Kinky the Clown.
This is my reaction to the whole thing. Just, oh my god, yeah. One kid in high school looks up porn. Every other kid in that, like, what, does this movie take place in a private school? Like, where everyone else is a holier-than-thou asshole? Just... There's no way that that's the one kid in that school that looks up porn. There is no way, especially in high school. No chance. Don't lie to us, movie. Come on, we're not stupid. Although I will admit, as wrong as the kid was, I don't think beating him up was really a good idea. I mean, I know they used to stone people back in the biblical days, but I mean, we're more advanced than that. We're living in a more modern society. We really don't have to resort to physical violence. I mean, then that way you're going to be no better than those teenagers that kidnapped that young Caucasian man and beat him up and said a bunch of horrible things like F white people.
Yo, man. Don't go psycho on me.
Then we get to the ending. Now, it feels like the ending was supposed to be darker, but they wanted to go with a more light, happy ending because this I almost said Pureflix. No, it's Lifetime. So the movie ends with the kid trying to drown himself because that was the sport that he was really famous for at the school. He was a swimmer. So he tries drowning himself, and it feels like they were going to end with him drowning, but they decided at the very last second, no, we're Lifetime. We have to end with a happy note. So he starts flashing back, poorly edited flashbacks, by the way. It's like Norm of the North quality. He starts like flashing back to a bunch of like the stuff at the beginning of the movie where he was happy. Then he wakes up, starts swimming towards the camera. It pauses on him while he's like swimming, zooms up on his face, fades to the color blue, and then it ends. Honestly, I'm glad they went with the more happier ending because it really kind of leaves it vague and open to interpretation. And overall, I enjoyed this film, Cyber Seduction. It really does a great job at portraying porno addiction and the tribulations and trials that you will go through, like losing your loved ones and your family. They will start to not like you. It really does show realistic portrayals of people, and this is in no way, shape, or form like just made just to try and make it look like it's trying to over-exaggerate a situation, because porno addiction is a real thing. And of course, there she goes again. There she goes again, of course. Well, don't listen to Ariel. Adam, what did you think of the film? I very much hated this movie. This movie was stupid. Very, very, very stupid. You didn't like the movie? This movie's not designed to tell a story. It's just designed to make your kids fearmonger about pornography and sex and all that kind of stuff, which is just not a healthy thing to do. The acting is stilted. The cinematography is very TV movie, which is not necessarily a problem, but I don't know. With this movie, it has like very piss poor. Like, it's very drab looking. Like, all the colors are muted, and it's very like dull to look at. The writing is bad. Like, all the dialogue that they come up with is bad. I will say this, if you like watching bad movies to laugh at them, this movie is on par with movies like Cool Cat Saves the Kids and movies of that nature. Like, this movie is, like, if you love those kind of movies, this movie's for you. But looking at it as a movie, which is what I'm doing, this movie's bad. It's a very bad movie. It's not good. It has no cinema merit whatsoever, and there's a reason this went to TV. This screams Lifetime movie. Oh my god, So Cyber Seduction, it's bad. It's a bad movie. Not the worst movie we've ever looked at. In fact, honestly, I think I'd rather watch this than Norm of the North. But at the same time, not very good. Well, who cares if the movie's not very good? All that matters is if they get the message right. That's all that matters. A movie can be terrible, and if it has a good message that I agree with on a moral level, then that makes it a good movie. This crossover's done. May Jesus be with you.
Hey everyone, you should
read the Bible.
It says
don't do drugs
and don't get sexually aroused
when wiping your ass.
And make sure you don't fuck anyone's
butthole.
And don't give AIDS to your
uncle.
'Cause I come in the name of Jesus, Mary, and all them knuckles.